Hey card farmers, this is Drew from Clean Sheep Shots. Welcome back to the channel. Today I've got two VRs. One for John at Wade Boggs Fan, who's celebrating 2,000 subs, and his partner in crime, Don's Field of Dreams Cards. Sometimes people call him Donnie Livestream. Now these two guys, they've got a great segment they do called Two Guys, One Hobby. I really enjoy it. They interview other card community members, and it's an opportunity for us to get to know them. Now, John, over at Wade Boggs Fan, again, celebrating 2,000 subs. Congratulations, John. Wanted us to talk about what it's meant to us to be a content creator on YouTube. Well, John, I had to sit and think about it a little bit. So the first one is friends. I wanted to connect with other like-minded collectors. In my circle of friends, I don't have many that collect like I do, so I really wanted to branch out and get to know other people that collected in a similar fashion. Number two, resources. I wanted to learn from others and have a group of people, resources, that I could lean on when I had questions. And not only that, having these resources has branched me out in so many different ways in terms of collecting. The third, I knew that creating a channel would push me toward discovering the fantastic stories that men on the cardboard possess, which was going to lead me to number four. So number four, I wanted to write a book about the men who graced the 1953 top set. Maybe write a little bit about the cards, but mostly about the men on the cards. As I've mentioned before, I had the entire 1953 set slabbed, Hall of Famers and non-Hall of Famers alike. I was fascinated by the few stories that I had read about these men and wanted to dive deeper into their stories and to other players' stories. That said, I thought maybe a place to start would be on YouTube to see if other people were interested and as a way to determine whether I should move forward in writing the book. And putting the stories together for YouTube would give me a head start if I decided to go ahead and write the book. So I've got a few cards up here. Whitey Ford, Phil Rizzuto, Ralph Kiner, those guys are Hall of Famers and they have wonderful stories and most people know them, but most people don't know the stories about Sam Jones and Hank Thompson. So in episodes 4, 7, 17, 23, 29, 42, and 52 on my channel, I featured 5 cards apiece, starting with card number 1, which happens to be Jackie Robinson, and doing a little bio on those 5 players in that segment. I did expand on Sam Jones's bio on episode 41. He was so interesting. His lifelong friendship with a little boy named Johnny Bushman was so inspiring that I wanted to expand on it. So that was about Sam Jones. And then there was Hank Thompson, who served as a machine gunner at the Battle of the Bulge and during World War II. And he had a lot of struggles in life, but in the end, he found himself and was able to help others. And I thought that was a wonderful story. And Hank Thompson had many firsts as an African American behind Jackie Robinson, who had broken the color barrier. So I would encourage you to read a little bit about Hank Thompson. So again, I used YouTube as kind of a testing ground to determine whether there'd be enough interest in these types of stories to move forward with a book. Number 5, YouTube gave me the opportunity to interview 2-time World Series champion Eddie Watt and share his memories with everyone. So John, thank you for putting the VR together. And again, congratulations on 2,000 subs. That's great. All right, so the next VR is for John's partner in crime, Donnie Livestream. Can I call you Donnie Livestream? Don's Field of Dreams Cards. So Don wanted just to have a little fun and make fun of ourselves, actually, and show some old pictures of when maybe we played sports. I thought this was a great idea, and actually I learned a lot. Dylan over at Double D Vintage Cards, he did one on surfing, and I thought it was really interesting. I live in Nebraska, and we don't have surfing here, so I've got a ton of questions for Dylan the next time I see him at the National, but I explained to him, I said the biggest wave I've ever seen was in my bathtub. So again, I thought this was a great idea, so I'm going to show you a few pictures and make fun of myself. Okay, Don, I got a few pictures here for you. This was my senior year in football. We ran the Wishbone. Actually had a pretty good season. Went to state, lost the first round. I'm in the back row there. You'll see the little arrow. I clearly was not the best player on the team. I wasn't even close, not even in the top echelon. But I was a tight end and a monster back, which now they call them strong safeties. And in the next photo, it looks like I'm trying to throw a block here on what's probably a counter trap. I don't have a very good base, so I probably got ran over. How about a little baseball? The Midgets, 1981. That would have probably been my freshman year. I don't remember much from this season. I was a shortstop, third baseman, and a pitcher, depending on where we were in the rotation. So I usually played those three positions. So this is the basketball team. My junior year, conference champions. Had a pretty good team. I'm in the front row there, number 25. And I was so skinny that when I stood sideways in the shower, I did not get wet. All right, track team. I'm on the right next to the coaches. Shout out to Mac Wax Stacks. Hey, check out those stashy stashes on the coaches. But I ran the 800, typically the 3,200 meter relay team, and I triple jumped. And here's a picture of me running the relay for the 3,200 meter. And this is actually a really rare photo because outside of maybe me running a half marathon in a photo, you'll never see me in shorts. I look like I'm riding a chicken. So this is a rare photo, Don. Hey, Don, thanks for putting this together. It was a lot of fun. I hope others do it too. Lastly, I wanted to thank everybody that reached out and checked on me when we had a flurry of tornadoes that passed through my area here in Nebraska. I really appreciated the support and the guys that reached out from the card community. It was very thoughtful. Again, thank you very much. I'll throw a few pictures on here to kind of show you some of the damage if you're interested. Keep growing your collection, card farmers.